Welcome back, dollies. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
We hope it is a happy Monday.
Yes, got my coffee.
I got my coffee. The only thing semi-acceptable. I have been starting to feel like, ooh, coffee almost sounds good. So I feel like we're getting to a good point soon.
Baby steps. We're getting there.
I feel like I do good for 2 days, and then I'm like, I'm on the up. I am human. And then I'm down in the dumps for 3 days. So.
Oh my gosh.
Cheers.
So currently you are down in the dumps today.
Oh, we are down.
Well, you look cheery.
I'm trying. I was like, I'm putting the cheeriest shit I have on, and we're going with it. We're trying to fake it till you make it.
Yeah, I love it. It's once again giving Lucy the Riveter.
This is my new hairstyle. I've been rocking it. I've been getting new bandanas. I think Hobby Lobby has bandanas for 99 cents in every single color. So I need to hit it up.
Yeah. Well, if those of you that are listening are on YouTube, you will see that I'm sitting on a new couch.
Which is super fabulous.
You can barely see it, but it's a full-on sectional and it has a huge ottoman. Shout out mom.
Mimi Karen.
Yeah, for the hand-me-down couch. It's huge, but I love it. Our couch, I loved the aesthetic of our old couch. It just was not great quality.
And see, I feel like I like the look of this one better.
Really?
Yeah.
I love the other one. The other one was corduroy.
Yeah.
And I loved the color, but then the quality was not good. Jamil was like, you sure you want to just trash it? You don't want to try and sell it? And I was like, I would be embarrassed if somebody came to see this. I'm like, because maybe on picture, it's oh, cute. Pretty. And then they come, I'm like, I would not even allow somebody to buy this. I was like, first of all, 2 of the bases are dented in. How does that happen? I don't know.
Shout out Wayfair.
Yeah. Second of all, the cushions just from repeated getting stains off and just the wear and tear, they're not as soft as they were in the beginning. The ottomans were great, but it's the ottomans were just made differently.
Did it have 2?
It had 2, and the ottomans, the cushions were so comfortable, but the actual couch cushions were not the same. It was very odd, but we are on the come up today with the new couch.
We're on the come up. Except for I have to admit that we have to add to the vomit count. So, boo. Not today, but
this week.
This week, I think I vomited 3 times. So.
Oh my God, you poor thing.
We are struggling while we're here. I'm really wanting a Thai tea in boba or a taro tea. So we might be going after the podcast. I try to convince the boys to go without me to go do it, but they want me to go. So
you're the star of the show. You're like, guys, please stop being so obsessed with me.
For real, my toddler's 5 inches away from me at all times.
Me and Jamil are going to go to the mall later, and then we're gonna go eat Din Tai Fung.
Okay, I wanted to ask you, is that dim sum, where they have the carts, or what is that?
Where they have the what?
The carts and they wheel it around and you're like, yeah, I want that, or no, I don't want that.
I don't think they have the carts, but honestly, I couldn't really tell you what it really is because I've only had it once, and the one that I had it at, they didn't have carts. It was just a restaurant. You just ordered it, and it's for the table. You just share everything. And I'm gonna go to this one that a lot of people go to because I don't think there's that many out here, but I think this one's a popular one. So Jamil's never had it, and everybody raves about it, and it just seems I just want it so bad. They have soup dumplings and the bao buns.
Ooh.
And spicy noodles and fried rice and a bunch of stuff. And something that I am really excited for is the dessert. They have chocolate bao buns or something with and a salted cream.
Ooh.
A sweet cream or something, a salty sweet cream that you put kind of whipped cream, but different.
Oh, so I'm so intrigued. I can't wait to hear about it next week. Well, I mean, I'll
Yeah.
hear about it before, but we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
That
So
sounds so good.
so the Din Tai Fung people that like are always on a roll with the Din Tai Fung, they say DTF because so they're like, "Are you down to DTF? Are you down to Din Tai Fung?"
And if you're old like us, do kids know what that means? Not kids, but like under 25.
I feel like they do because I feel like Maddie does.
Okay. I didn't know. I feel like that came out when we were in school because I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
Somebody texted it to me and I was like, I don't know what that is.
You're like, sure.
Okay, sure. Oh, actually, no. I don't know what that is.
Scratch that. It was Paul.
Honestly, it was in middle school. How sad is that?
I know, that is wild.
Wild.
Crazy. What's the rest of your week other than the vomit?
It's been good. I feel like it's been a very researchy week. We had our appointment, our first appointment, like almost 11-week appointment. I'm 11 weeks now, but I was like 10 weeks, 5 days for the appointment. And we got a heartbeat, so that was exciting. Arkham had a blast playing with the midwife's daughter. He's like in love with her. She's like 1. She'll be 1 soon. And so he was like in love with her. He was like, I love her. Like, can we name our baby that? Because I really love her. I'm like, thank you. I like the suggestion, but no.
You're like, I'll think about it. And by
We'll put it on the list.
Yeah, at the bottom.
And I've just been doing cloth diaper research because it's been distracting me while I'm sick.
Yeah.
And homeschool research. Today I've just been looking at a bunch of curriculum options because the state I'm in, there's no they don't force you to do any type of homeschool like specific things. So that's awesome. Yeah. So I've just been doing research today, and I think we are going to try to convert the RV. So we're thinking about selling it, have a lot of work to do to it. We'll see. But we did tear apart a lot of the inside, so we need to put it back together. But I think eventually, if we're able to keep it, we will turn it into our classroom. Like, also still be able to camp in it, but like during the week, we'll go in it and that'll be our classroom. So
it'll be so fun. That's really exciting.
So that's been exciting. And then we have some co-ops that we're going to join. We got a spot in Wild and Free, so I was excited about that. So yeah, it's been okay. You're going to knock over the laptop. Everybody's on me.
Oh God.
But yeah, that's been the week. Nothing too exciting. And just trying to clean up, organize, and clean out. Like, even though I feel like we're minimalists, I feel like you can always be more minimal. Yeah. And then Arkham's been getting more into crafts, and I'm like, I really need to like organize the craft stuff better. Yeah. So that he can actually go do crafts. So a lot of boring stuff, honestly. Just trying to stay strong and stay distracted from the nausea. I'm like behind like 3 loads of laundry, so
yeah. I know. Laundry, honestly, since I've been working out, and I think I told you this on a video, like the laundry has doubled.
It's like, how does this even happen?
Laundry. And I'm like, oh, I guess it's because I've been working out. So like I'm actually using my workout clothes. Like 2 days ago, I went to reach for like a workout set and I didn't have any. And I was like, interesting. So I have to do laundry. But yeah, it's like doubled up because now it's like the clothes I wear during the day and then my workout clothes. So it's like double the amount. But yeah, honestly, my week was like pretty boring too.
I feel like we've just been getting in like stronger routines and like figuring some stuff out, both of us.
Yeah, I've just been really focused on my working out journey. And it's been going pretty good. I feel good. I feel really good. I feel like healthy and I feel like I have a strong body.
I feel like it's so awesome that your apartment has gym options.
Totally. And honestly, I've ignored them for
years.
A while. Yeah. And people are like, "You have a gym right there." I'm like, "I know." I just like wasn't motivated and I don't know, something changed. I think I just kind of started being a little bit more in the mindset of being grateful that like I have an able body that
Yeah.
can do this stuff and like it's so hard in the beginning cuz your body has to adjust, but then being able to like go and do some cardio or just getting through the workouts like on the second week or the third week and you already feel like it's a little easier. You're like, "Wow, like look
You
at me."
start to like, yeah, like get better. Like the videos I love, and I think you've done a few, is Mad Fit. And I remember like when I first started them, I'd be like, I cannot do this. Like, especially the ab ones, I'd be like, oh, I suck at this. Like I
Yeah, the ab ones are hard.
and then like once you get like better, you're like, wow, I'm doing it. Like I'm actually
Yeah.
doing it. And I
Yeah.
went on a 5 mile walk with a neighbor today, like this week. So that was kind of
That's
crazy just because
awesome.
it was like unexpected. But it just was a little much for this point in my pregnancy and like the sickness, just because like I'm not getting enough like nutrition.
Yeah.
Take it to your kitchen.
Yeah,
Like the nutrition and hydration hasn't been as good. So it was a little bit like when I got back, I was like, ooh, like when I was mid walk, I was like, I'm a little cramping, a little cramping.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
think it's definitely a walk that I will try to do. I know like second trimester with Arkham, I walked a lot, like 3 miles a day. So once I get past that, I'll be able to get back into my walks and it's going to be the season for walking. So we're
That's
ready. We're
awesome. I
ready to get
know.
rid of winter.
Yeah, they say that like you should try to aim for 10,000 steps a day, which can be hard. But I feel like honestly, if you walk for like 45 minutes to an hour, you can reach like 5 to 7,000. And then
Yeah.
the rest of your day, you can
You're just
totally
doing stuff.
Yeah. So that's what I've been trying to do too. And just,
And does the
keep
treadmill track
it
like
doesn't
your
track your
steps? I don't know
steps.
how that works.
It doesn't track your steps, but the Apple Watch does. So I have the Apple Watch, and that tracks your steps just throughout the day. So I'll just like always be looking at it, like how many steps did I get today? So it's also motivating to see because you're like, wow, I did that, and that was not that bad. So yeah, the workout journey has been going good. The only exciting thing I would say for my household that has happened is The Weeknd dropped his last album under his name, The Weeknd. So it's a bittersweet moment because he is
Fill us
transitioning.
in because I have no idea.
Yeah, so I love The Weeknd ever since high school. Jamil also has loved The Weeknd, so that was something that we had in common when we first started dating.
And you are going to the concert.
No, it got canceled.
What?
It would have been like on the 21st or something like that because it was in Pasadena and the fires. So they canceled it. Um, and they didn't reschedule it. So that
Oh.
really sucked. I was so sad because it was like a one-time concert where we were going to be able to preview the album before it dropped. And then they just said like because of everything that was happening,
Oh.
I expected, I'm like, oh my God, like it's at the Rose Bowl, which is in Pasadena, and like
And outdoors, right?
yeah, I'm like, I'm shocked if they keep it going, but they canceled it. And then, I don't think he wanted to push his album release date.
It would have
So they,
been nice if he would do like a virtual one, like refund most of the tickets.
or, or just change the venue. There's like
Yeah.
500,000 stadiums out here in LA.
Staples
So I
Center.
was really annoyed.
Crypto Center or whatever.
There's so many. There's so many new ones like SoFi. There's the Intuit Dome now. Like there's
What did we go to for JLo? What is
we
that
went
called?
to the Forum.
The Forum. That's
Yeah.
correct.
So I'm like, there's so many, but whatever. Anyway, so his
Whatever
album
the weekend.
on last Thursday, and he is now transitioning. So his real name is Abel, and he is transitioning to doing music under his real name and no longer doing it under The Weeknd. So I'm curious to see what his music's going to be like under his real name, if it's going to be a little different or not. It is sad
I
because
wonder why he chose to do that.
I feel like, and I don't know if he's really come out and talked about it, but I feel like he associates his image and his name as The Weeknd with a certain time in his life. And I think he's like really outgrown that. And he's had a lot of hardships in his life. Like his dad abandoned him, and him and his mom were like homeless at one point, and he just went through like a really rough childhood, not because of his mom, just because of like the financial circumstances and like all that. So I feel like as his music has progressed, he's just like changed. Like I feel like he doesn't really associate himself with like who The Weeknd was.
Yeah.
I think he's like done a lot of growth too. So I don't know. Those are my
And he's
thoughts.
like our age.
No, I think a little bit older. I think he's in
Probably
his
like P's age.
early to mid 30s.
Hmm.
So yeah, the album is called Hurry Up Tomorrow. It's 22 songs long, which is crazy.
Wow.
All in all, it's like an hour and 24 minutes. I love it, has super great songs on it, and yeah, that's what me and Jamil have been listening to.
Are there any songs you recommend? Like any of your favorites that Arkham and I might like?
Oh, no, probably not.
Okay. And
He's definitely, I mean, his music before was definitely not kid friendly at
it's
all.
definitely not now.
It's a little bit more so like he's not like I feel like before his music was really associated with like sex, drugs.
Yeah, I feel like I remember like 2 or 3 of his songs, like
But
old songs, not from high school.
now he's changed a little bit, and it's not really like that anymore. There are a lot of good songs, but it's not really primarily like sex and drugs. I don't know. It's just like I just love him. So
We'll stick to Morgan Wallen.
yeah, it's kind of like, like slower R&B. Like I love the slow sensual songs. So they just really get me my feelings. So I love Cry for Me. I mean, I think you should listen to it just to see. I don't think it's your guys' type of music, but
Okay, I'll try one.
I don't think you would be like, oh God, like this is so
horrible.
bad. I think you'd just be like, oh yeah, like it's just like not my genre.
Like randomly, I might be like, I'm feeling that vibe. Let me put it on, but not like an everyday thing, probably for us.
Yeah. So Cry for Me is one, and then Reflections, Laughing, Enjoy the Show, Given Up on Me, I Can't Wait to Get There. Literally like the last song almost made me cry. The last song is called Hurry Up Tomorrow, which is what the album's called, but it's just like sad because he's just like kind of talking about his childhood, and like he's just like,
I don't know if I could hang, honestly, at this point.
I mean, it's not that sad, but like I just like sad. But whatever. So it's great. If you want to listen to it, I'm happy to hear your thoughts. But
I will. I will check it out.
yeah, other than that, not much. Shall we get into the stories?
Let's get in. I'm so curious. Is Morgan Wallen in any of the stories? Because I did see a headline on like Instagram with him. Wasn't really him, but I saw it and people was like, God. I was like, well, she's annoying, so it was annoying.
You'll have to tell us then.
Do you want me to just say it first?
Yeah, go ahead.
It was literally just Kristen Cavallari saying, or Cavallari, however you say it, who like irritated me on the hills back then. She she like sleeps with a bunch of like younger guys. Good for her, but like whatever. She was with that like 22-year-old not that long ago, and I was like, that's not gonna last. Hello.
Yeah.
You're in your 40s. It's not the same. And she's pretty, whatever, but she's apparently been like, she hooks up, they're like F buddies, her and Morgan Wallen. And she's like, it's the perfect situation because we're both in Nashville, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, sick. And she's like, they're both sluts. What do you expect?
Alone, okay? You can have anybody you want except for him.
His music's too good. Stop.
Yeah, seriously. You're gonna lead him down the wrong path, okay? He's already throwing chairs. He's already getting crazy.
It's Kristen's fault.
Yeah, seriously. Okay. So the first story is about Blake Lively
Oh,
and
God.
Justin Baldoni because there's been news. So Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds on Thursday expressed their intention to ask a federal court to drop a lawsuit filed earlier this month by her It Ends With Us director Justin Baldoni. The Lively Reynolds parties intend to move to dismiss plaintiff's complaint. An attorney for the Hollywood power couple they reported Thursday after reviewing legal documents in the case. So I thought that was interesting because, yeah, I don't know, like, I don't know that much about like the legal field, but like, why would you want to drop a lawsuit?
I think.
But what I don't understand is it says express their intention to ask a federal court to drop a lawsuit filed earlier this month by
Did
her.
they file it?
By her It Ends With Us director Justin Baldoni. But like they can't drop the lawsuit because
no, they didn't file it.
Justin filed it, but they're trying to drop it.
I think what they're trying to say is like, here's our evidence. We don't have to go to court. Do you think this case is like, can we just throw it away? It seems ridiculous. I think that's kind of what it is.
Maybe because I feel like a lot of his lawsuits towards them are lawsuits from lawsuits they've filed.
I know. So they're like,
and then he's like, okay, well, here's this lawsuit. And then they're like, okay, like, let's just drop it. I don't know.
I think they're realizing that they're getting bad press from it and they're not being able to turn it the way they thought they could. And that like more honesty has come out so that they're like, okay, crap, this is making us look bad. So we need to step back.
Like so out of control. I was going to tell you, so in another story about them, literally cringe on Blake Lively. So there were text messages that were released. It's the cringiest text message I've ever read. So
this is to Justin from her.
Yeah. So you know Game of Thrones or not really?
No, I've never seen it.
Okay, so in Game of Thrones, have you seen though like the character Khaleesi with the blonde, like white blonde hair?
I think so.
So in Game of Thrones, there's like Khaleesi. She's like,
have you seen Game of Thrones?
Yeah, it's literally Jamil's favorite show. He forced me to watch it. It's really good.
It's insane. I would never imagine that.
But no, he loved it. He says it changed his life. That's how much he loves this show. So we watched it. I liked it. It's crazy.
I feel like that's so not your like.
I know. I would have never.
I feel like you'd imagine me to watch it.
Yeah.
Instead of you, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, I don't think I would have ever watched it if it wasn't for him. But so anyways, Khaleesi is the mother of dragons.
Okay, so I was gonna say that, but I was just a guess.
Yeah, so she like has her dragons and stuff and whatever. She's like super powerful, the queen of all. So in a bizarre text exchange with Baldoni, Lively appears to refer to her husband as her dragon. That's not exactly the nice guy public image cultivated by his Canada-born rom-com hero. If you ever get around to watching Game of Thrones, you'll appreciate. This is her text, by the way. If you ever get around to watching Game of Thrones, you'll appreciate that I'm Khaleesi, and like her, I happen to have a few dragons. For better or worse, but usually better, because my dragons also protect those I fight for. So really, we all benefit from those gorgeous monsters of mine. You will too, I can promise you. She's referring to Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift as her dragons, and she's
in the show
as Khaleesi.
And in the show, are the dragons good? Like, are they good? I don't.
Yeah, they're like Khaleesi's like protectors, and like they just like protect her, and the dragons are sweet, but like if you mess with her, they're not sweet.
Bite your head off.
Like their mom. Yeah. So I thought that was so cringe to be like, I'm Khaleesi and my dragon. You're not like, okay, relax. You're not Khaleesi, and I would be offended if I was Taylor Swift or Ryan Reynolds and being like, okay, like,
Well,
I'm
especially Taylor Swift. It's like, biatch, I got my fame on my own. Like, I mean, Taylor Swift, I'm not a huge fan now. I like her music. I'm happy
yeah.
for I'm no ill against her, but I'm not like a Swiftie and I'm not going to concerts. That's no. But I love the original Taylor Swift, like
Yeah, and
country
she's a great
songs.
person, like, overall.
So I think it's pretty lame to like I feel like she's just trying to
So
like show she has more status because more people know Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift than they
right,
know Blake Lively.
right. It's just it was so cringe. I hated it. I was just like, I cannot cringe out
And does
enough
it
about this.
show his response to that?
It doesn't show his response. However, another thing was leaked, and it was a voice message that they released from Justin Baldoni to Blake Lively. So pretty much, he's like apologizing, even though he doesn't really have anything to apologize for. But he sounds very kind, and like in the voice memo, granted, like there were some things that was like, okay, don't say that because like people are gonna take that and twist it. But you can tell he's just like a sweet guy, and a lot of people were saying that you can tell that he is doing this in a way of like being a people pleaser. Like he's not feeling like, oh, I actually did something wrong, so let me apologize. But it's more so coming off like, oh God, like she's a
And
drama.
you would, of all people, understand the tone and the.
Yeah. So it's coming off like, oh God, she's a drama queen. And like,
Okay, I'm just gonna apologize. So she.
yeah. And like, so I know she's going to take this and try to spin it like out of control. So, like, let me just try to deflate the situation before it gets like crazy, even though like I probably didn't do, like, don't have anything to apologize for, whatever. So she sent a text to him because she made some script edits, and his response to her was something like, oh, I appreciate your passion or something like that. Then she got upset and was like, everybody around me has said that these changes were good, and he's pretty much like, and she's like, I didn't like your response to me because you're kind of saying that like I'm not like at your level, or I'm not good enough, and you appreciate my passion. Like, I don't know. She's so took it out of control. And then he sent a voice memo and was like, look, like I would never want to make you feel like that. I feel like you've worked with some like really horrible directors in the past, and like I hope to
You're
change.
taking it out on me.
Yeah, like I hope to change your experience with that. And like I know you have a lot going on, like you have motherhood and like all this stuff. And like he's like, I loved those changes, and like I never thought that like you weren't, and like he's like, it was my dream to work with you, like to be able
Well, now it's his
like
nightmare.
it's just like such like an apologetic, soft, like trying to be understanding to her, like voice memo. So it's just like things are looking really bad for her.
I think we need to make shirts that we're Team Justin at this point.
I know. I'm just like, girl, like, drop it. You literally, like, it's just crazy. And then there was also text messages released of Ryan Reynolds coming out and texting him and being like, why the fuck would you ask my wife about her weight? What the fuck is wrong with you and stuff? Granted, he asked about her weight because he has a back problem. Okay. And he can't lift over a certain amount. And he was supposed to lift her up on the like table
So,
in
like,
one of the
can't you
things.
jump? Like, you know what I mean? Help
Right.
him
Like,
out.
protect himself.
He's a
Like,
small
okay.
dude.
Yeah, and like, who cares? Own your weight. He's not like, ooh, like you're kind of big. How much do you
And like
weigh?
there are plenty of like beautiful freaking plus size ladies. Like he's not out here saying like, oh, anybody plus size. And she's far from plus size. So come
Far
on,
from
get over it.
right,
And
exactly.
she's
And like,
also tall, isn't she? I mean, that adds to
yeah,
your.
she's tall. Yeah. So I'm just like, if he asked me like, oh, like, I've had a back injury and like I'm not allowed to lift over this amount of weight. So
How
like
much do
how much
we?
do you weigh? I'd be like, oh yeah, like I'll jump. Like you don't have to say your weight, or I'd be like, oh no, you're good. I'm under that.
Yeah,
So
we're
it's
like, it's
really
not that big of a deal.
yeah, it's really pathetic. Anyways, second story is about Jessica Alba. Love. She also looks great, by the way. She's been popping up on my feed. She looks great. She's in great shape. She does like kickboxing. She's like
Oh,
really killing it. Jessica Alba was all smiles at the Fire Aid concert, which happened in LA this past Thursday and Friday, which a bunch of people performed, and it was to give back to the community. Like all the proceeds go to like the fire victims and stuff. She was seen without her wedding ring. This because she is in an ongoing divorce. So nearly
yes.
2 years ago, the 43-year-old Honest founder confirmed her split from husband of 15 years, Cash Warren. Those sources claimed the couple had been separated for some time before the announcement. I wanted to bring this up because it mentioned something that I had no idea about, and it said her red carpet appearance comes on the heels of the resurfacing of her unsettling 1996 kidnapping case that once shook Hollywood. I had no idea about this. So at the age of just 15 years old, Jessica Alba was kidnapped while filming the TV series Flipper in Australia in the
Oh
spring of
my God.
1996, and the case has never been solved. According to reports, the up-and-coming star was shooting scenes for Flipper when she mysteriously disappeared without a trace. Her family and friends and the crew working on the TV show
What
were
the?
frantically searching for her for 14 hours. A teenage Alba, who recently confirmed she has split from her husband, was eventually found tied up and gagged in the trunk
What
of a
the?
car miles away from the set. The young actress reportedly received unsettling phone calls prior to being kidnapped, and it's been claimed that some thought the two may be connected. However, the authorities never found any concrete evidence that linked the phone calls to her kidnapping. Investigators were also unable to identify any suspects or motives for the crime, as there was a lack of forensic evidence or eyewitness accounts. It has been reported that after months of searching for leads, the investigation stalled and the case was ultimately closed without resolution. Isn't that crazy?
That's insane. And like, what a weird, like, thank God she's still alive, but like, what a weird thing that she was just like
So odd.
left there. Like, what?
So weird. Yeah,
And
I
I
was
was
like,
going to say, are her parents famous?
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
realize she was famous when she was that young.
Yeah, I think she started acting young, but I don't know if who her parents are actually. But yeah, I thought that was
That's
crazy.
insane. And I think there's been a lot of reports like saying that that guy was like super controlling and he's kind of good looking. And I think he
Husband?
was yeah,
Yeah, I could see that.
yeah, he looked kind of douchey.
Yeah. So yeah, I just thought that was a crazy story.
That's insane. I've never heard that before.
I know. Final story is about ASAP Rocky, who is with Rihanna, and they have their
Okay.
two babies now. He is a beautiful man. So I love ASAP Rocky. Do I really
I
like not that much?
do you like what? I'm sorry.
Do I listen to his music? Not that much, but he is like really nice to look at. He has like a great smile and he's just like a cutie patootie.
I get so confused. I don't know a lot of the rap community anymore.
Yeah.
And I really confuse like ASAP Rocky, somebody else, and then the one Kylie was with.
Tyga?
Yes. No, not Tyga. The one she has kids with.
Oh, Travis.
Yes, Travis Scott. So I feel so confused. Like sometimes I'll be watching like Jimmy Fallon stuff and then I'm like, wait, who is that?
Yeah, there's a lot. But ASAP Rocky is on trial for allegedly shooting at former friend ASAP Relly during a 2021 confrontation in Hollywood. So, the defense argues that
Oh
there's
yeah,
no
he's super cute.
evidence,
I
yeah,
know which
of
one
a
he is.
shooting and that Relly's claims are driven by financial motives. But if ASAP Rocky's convicted, he will face up to 24 years in prison.
Oh no.
That's crazy. But ASAP Rocky, the rapper is on trial in LA facing 2 felony assault charges for allegedly firing a gun at a former friend, ASAP Relly, during a 2021 confrontation. Relly claims that Rocky shot at him twice with one bullet grazing his knuckles. However, Rocky has pleaded not guilty and denies the allegations, stating he used a starter pistol that only fires blanks to defuse a fight. Police officers who searched the scene found no evidence of a shooting, including shell casings or bullet holes. 2 days later, Relly reportedly brought shell casings to the police, which he claims he retrieved from the scene. I think that's kind of odd because why would you go to them 2 days later with it?
And
When,
like that's how can that has to be
and
admissible.
why would,
Like
right, like 2 days, like, oh, they say, oh, we couldn't find anything. Then 2 days later, you show up and you're like,
actually
I
I
have.
have them.
That's kind of weird. The backstory is that Rocky and Relly's relationship dates back to their high school days in New York City, where they were both part of the ASAP collective, which
I was
stands
gonna
for
say what is
Always Strive and Prosper. Relly has testified that he felt abandoned as Rocky's fame skyrocketed while he and other members of the group struggled to keep up, which that's typical. Like you start a group, one person goes a
is the
little bit
best.
further. That's just how it is. Tensions between the two came to a head in November 2021 following a disagreement over Rocky's alleged failure to support another ASAP member's family after their passing. The two agreed to
I'm
meet at
sorry,
the
but
hotel in Hollywood where Relly claims Rocky pulled out a gun and fired at him after a heated exchange. Rocky's lawyers argued that Relly's accusations are baseless and motivated by jealousy and financial gain. The
yeah.
defense states that Rocky carried a starter pistol as part of his security detail and used it to break up a fight between Relly and another crew member. So I don't know. I want to agree. I want to side with Rocky, but
And honestly, from it, it sounds like it because it's just too strange.
that's just so weird. Like, yeah. And also, he pleaded not guilty. There was, like, some type of thing where he could have pleaded guilty and
I'm
gotten
taking
off
a
with
deal.
yeah, and he was, like, standing his ground, like, not guilty. So if he is found guilty, he's risking that 24 years of prison. I don't think he would risk that if
No, with
he
two
didn't feel
kids
like
and
yeah, seriously.
nobody's leaving that.
Yeah. But, yeah, those are the stories of the day.
Insane.
I know.
Let me check our hot topic results.
Okay.
I believe last time I looked, ranch is the winner.
Typical. Classic.
Yes. Ranch.
Number 1.
All
What do we
right.
have topic for today?
My hot topic for today is iced coffee versus hot coffee.
I have to go with iced coffee. I love a hot coffee in the
Or
morning.
latte, like tea latte, could be whatever. Iced or hot.
Yeah. I love iced, I think. If I had to pick one to have for the rest of my life, actually, I don't know now that I'm talking about it out loud.
I know, like, I feel like iced drinks are like, this is such a treat. But I feel like when you really are craving something, you're like, I just want a warm, like,
Yeah.
all I've really been having is like chai tea lattes.
Mm-hmm.
Warm, hot.
I agree. I think iced is like a treat, and then a hot coffee is just like the original.
Comfort.
Yeah, like the OG.
And then I feel like the season makes a difference. Like here, when it's like cold, you're like, oh, getting hot. And then
Yeah.
once it starts to like warm up, you're like, ooh, I get ice drink.
Yeah. I don't know. What are you gonna say?
I feel like, gosh, I feel like I might have to go hot because today, or not today, when I vomited this week and I was taking Arkham to like a meetup and I stopped because I promised to get him donuts on the appointment day and they were already closed and he wanted donuts from this particular spot. So I took him to the donut place and I did not want any donuts, but I was like, okay, I need something. Like, I just need something comforting and I can't and I don't want coffee. And I saw
Yeah.
they had like a chai on their menu. So I was like, is your chai like a latte? And they're like, yeah, it's a latte. He's like, do you want it hot or cold? I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm getting it.
And
So
you
I
got
got it. And it was like, seriously, like I've been getting it from Starbucks and like it was like the best chai tea latte I've ever had.
and you got it hot.
And I got it hot and it was just so comforting. Like it was kind of cozy. We went to like this outdoor play place that has like a barn with a bunch of stuff in it. And I just drank it the whole time Arkham was playing and it just like helped me. It just like I felt like I was gonna vomit in the car. I literally was like the whole time ready to like I'm like, this is gonna be so embarrassing in a drive through if I have to like open my door and vomit, but we doing it.
Gotta do what you
Live.
gotta do. If you don't like it, look away.
Swear. Give me
So
some water and I'll squirt it down.
you're gonna go with hot coffee?
I think I'm gonna go with the hot.
It's so hard because, like, yeah, I love a hot coffee, but like when I get a hot coffee, I'm like, "Yeah, this is good." Like, "Yum, hot coffee." But then when I get an iced coffee, I'm like, "Oh my god, like, this is so good." I love iced coffee. So I feel like I'm gonna go with iced coffee just because, like, the mood
Yeah.
that comes with the iced coffee, it's just top tier. Like,
And I
nothing
feel
can
like
ruin my day.
it's such a treat. Like iced coffee's like, we're going shopping, let's go together. We're getting an iced coffee, we're going. Or
Yeah,
an
like, I
iced
could be in
drink.
a work day or, like, work could suck, and then we'll, like, walk and go get an iced coffee, and I'm like, "Oh,
The day's
this is
fine.
a great day." Like, nothing could ruin my day. I'm so happy to be alive, the birds are chirping. So, I'll go with iced coffee, and we'll see what the people say. Really think about it.
It's hard because I could change my vote, but I'm gonna stick with it because
Same.
of that comforting chai tea latte. It was just
Yeah,
I cannot. It was like hugging me on the inside when I'm struggling AF.
yeah, yeah. It was there for you when
But
nothing
if
else.
you go, if you go on a coffee date, like if you're like going on a first date and they ask you to go get coffee, are you getting hot or are you getting ice?
I'm getting iced.
Really?
I feel like any coffee date, I'm getting iced.
Interesting. See, and I feel like I would get hot.
Yeah. Fun fact, I think on, like, our 3rd date, me and Jamil, we went to a coffee shop, and then from there, we walked around and we did, like, coffee shop hopping. So instead of, like, bar hopping, we were just like, "Oh, like, do you wanna walk?" Because, like, you can only sit at the coffee shop for so long. So we're like, it was a nice day, like, "Do you just wanna, like, go on a little walk?" And we walked, and then we found another coffee shop, and we're like, "Oh my god, should we get another coffee?" So we went to, like, I think we sat at, like, 2 or 3 or something, and it was
Must have
great.
been jazzed out.
Oh, yeah.
Did he get hot or iced?
Um, I feel like he might have gotten both, like, he switched it up.
I feel like hot coffee is such a guy thing too.
Yeah.
Like guys get iced coffee less.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like that too.
Interesting.
Very interesting. So yeah, next time we meet, I will let you know how my DTF date goes.
Mhm.
And
I can't wait to hear about the dessert because that sounds
my god,
amazing to me right now.
I've seen it and it's like these like chocolate filled buns, like steamed buns, and like you bite into it and it's just like filled with like warm chocolate, and then you get like the salted sweet cream and you just like put a little dollop on there. It just looks so
Yum.
good.
I
So I'm
cannot
excited.
wait.
I think it's gonna cost like this dinner is definitely gonna be like a splurge dinner, but that's okay.
And it's at the outdoor mall.
Yeah, the mall's like outdoor, indoor. It's yeah, it's like both. But yeah, so I'm excited.
I can't wait to hear about
I know, I'll let you know. Well, I
it.
hope you have a great rest of your day.
Let's hope. I think the tea or whatever we get to drink's gonna
Help you.
beam me up. I gotta come back and I got to put away clothes. I might go get it myself because it seems like the boys might be watching something. So maybe I'll run over and get it. He told me I could do it yesterday. He's like, "Well, I'm working on stuff. Take Arkham and go." But I was like, I don't feel good enough to drive. Yesterday I had a horrible headache,
Yeah.
and I was like, I just can't.
Yeah.
But today, at least, knock on wood, I don't have a headache, and I can do it. I can go get the tea, come
Yeah.
back, and I'm gonna be like a freaking Tasmanian devil whipping around here, putting away
Yeah.
clothes,
Yeah, you
cleaning the
got
kids' room.
I believe in you. Get that chai tea if you need it again.
Send hope. I think they're closed. They don't open on Sunday.
Mondays. Dang it.
Not coffee shops. The donut shops are all like closed on Sunday.
Dang
Dang
it.
it.
Okay, well, keep us updated, and I'm excited to see if people vote. Go vote.
Go vote, watch us on YouTube, follow us. We're trying to pull clips from all the episodes to grow our social media. Slowly but surely, we're getting there, guys. We're crawling. And I do have an update. I was able to get my stepsister to agree to have an interview with us. So we don't have an exact date for that one, but might be our bonus in February, or maybe we're pre-recording and it'll be our March bonus.
Yeah, that'll be
Because in
fun.
February we wanted to do one for Valentine's Day. So,
Yeah, fun.
all right,
Okay.
guys, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye,
Love ya.
dollies.